Hello, sunrays and moonbeams. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Phoenix. For those of you who have never been here and have no idea who I am, so welcome. If you didn't know that, curious to know what your name is. Nice to meet you. Hi. So excited that you're here. Anyway, we are doing a pick a card, pick an eraser actually. Pick an eraser and stack of oracle cards reading today. So the name of our reading is What Are You Avoiding? And we're not just going to look at what you're avoiding. We're going to look at why you're avoiding it, but we're also going to look at how you can support your shadow and help your shadow to feel safe in this process. And so I'm really excited about that part. And then we'll finish off with some nice messages from your guides, your spirit team. I'm super excited for this reading. I did it on myself. And honestly, I have never in my life felt so attacked and loved in one fell swoop. So yeah, I'm excited to share with you guys. The first part of our reading is going to be an energy check-in. If you're not familiar, we'll basically be looking at cards to get a better idea of your current energy, what the situation might be or might be pertaining to. We'll look at outside influences and things like that. So if the first part of the reading doesn't resonate, please feel free to come back over here and pick another group. And if none of them resonate, then this maybe isn't your reading, but no need to worry. I'm sure there's a reading out there for you. So let's introduce our three groups. So for group number one, we are going to have this little piece of cake with the strawberries on top. I have no idea what kind of cake this is. If you guys have any insight or knowledge, please enlighten me. For group number two, we have one of my favorite foods, French fries. These little French fry erasers. This little French fry eraser. Why did I make that plural? I don't know, y'all. It's honestly, it's late for me. And for group number three, we have this little ice cream bar that's got like chocolate on it. I don't know, it looks like it's a vanilla ice cream bar with like a chocolate coating on it, and I think it's so freaking cute. Anyway, so that is group number three. So go ahead and pause if you need to, meditate, see what your eraser is calling you, and go ahead and click on the timestamps, and I will see you in the reading. Bye. Hello, sunrays and moonbeams. For those of you who picked group number one, or the little tiny strawberry cake eraser, I just had a brain fart. We'll leave that one in. Honestly, I've reshot this so many times because I'm just getting tongue-tied, and you know, I need to like script myself a little bit for the openings, but I just don't. Anyway, so for those of you who picked the little strawberry cake eraser, I love these. They're so freaking cute. This is gonna be your reading, so we're gonna put the little cake right there next to the mixling. All right, energy check. So if you're unfamiliar, I'll give you a little breakdown. If you're familiar, you can kind of just like skip ahead until you see me drawing cards. So we're going to start with an energy check-in. We'll look at your current energy, your feelings, the situation's energy, what's being highlighted and things like that. So if that part, this part that we're about to get into, resonates with you and your situation, then stick around. We'll pull some tarot and we'll look at some more information. If it doesn't resonate, please feel free to go back and you can choose either the French fries or the little ice cream. You know, sometimes it just takes a little wiggling around, getting used to trusting your intuition. And that's okay. That's why I'm doing the energy check-ins. Also, because I feel like I don't want to just start giving advice and have you be like, oh my God, yeah, this is my advice. When like, there's so much more. So we're going to use this to confirm that you're in the right place. If nothing resonates out of all three of them, then this is just not your reading. No worries. There will definitely be more. So yeah, my intention is that if that first part is resonating, then you stick around and we'll look at what's being avoided. We'll look at why you're avoiding it. And then just in case you don't necessarily need to be paying attention to it, like you're okay to be avoiding it, we're also going to look at where you can put the energy. And just be aware that sometimes what I've noticed is that what comes through in that is like you should actually be paying attention to the thing that you're avoiding. But again, we're just gonna see where it goes. No judgments. We can take a deep breath. I'm gonna take a deep breath because I feel like I'm already tapped in your energy and like I'm feeling shaky. So I'm just gonna do a couple of box breaths. If you want to do them with me, you can. So let's do deep breath in, hold it, and out, and hold. I'll do one more. Take a deep breath in, hold, and out. Okay. Wow, yeah. Okay, so I'll definitely say that there's a lot of anxiety already straight off the cuff that's coming through. And I didn't even realize it. I mean, I struggle with anxiety too, and I did have my morning coffee, but this was, yeah, it's a bit much. It's a bit shaky, and I just want to say that you know, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. So we'll look at where you can put that energy. We'll also look at how you can help your shadow to feel safe. And I really like this part. I think when I did the reading on myself, it was my favorite part. So I'm really excited to see what comes through for your group. And then our final advice, we'll get some messages from the ocean spirits, you know, and tie everything all together. I also do have, I think I'm bringing them back because I found them. If you guys have been following me for a while, oh my God, it would be helpful if I wasn't like knocking my camera all over the place. But my little black note papers, so we'll use those like to get any additional messages. They've been with me for a while and I just unpacked them and I'm kind of excited to be using them again. Honestly, they sit on top of my bookcase and every time I'm just like, what is the energy of, and I'll just like pull a random one. And I really love like, I love the process. So yeah, I'm happy to be using them again. So let's get started. Okay, I feel like I need to do more breaths. Like, do you need a breath? It's okay if you need more breaths. If you don't, just fast forward this part, but I feel like somebody watching needs more breaths. So let's do 2 more box breaths. In, hold, and out, and hold. Wait, it was like the little weak hold. I'm trying. Okay, and then in, hold, and out, hold. All right, we're good. If you need to like shake your sillies out too, like shake your sillies out. I don't like, does that make sense? Just like, woo. I'm shaking my sillies out. All right, so current energy, definitely. Like, there's a lot that's got you like completely wound up, and I mean, honestly, the day and age that we live in, like, yeah, I fucking feel it, bro. So your current energy, actually, we'll put these over here to the side. These are super cute. I actually just got these. Oh my God, please, for the love of God, Phoenix, stop. Just chill for a sec. So this is from a newer deck. It is the BuzzFeed Oracle. Super cute, love it. So we'll put those to the side. We'll get those after. I did pull these before your reading, and I did take a quick peek just so I could, you know, get a little bit better acquainted, as these are newer decks. But I am going to be reading intuitively as well. So current energy, we have the jellyfish tree. I feel right. This makes sense now, because I low-key, like, I looked over all of the cards and I kind of forgot what yours was, because the last one I looked at was group number 3. But yeah, this makes a lot of sense. In the jellyfish tree, this card talks about, let's put her over here. This card talks about a level of resilience that is just completely unmatched. Did you know, random fact, the jellyfish tree was actually once thought to be extinct because everyone was like convinced that there were no more of them. Like, they had been dwindling in numbers for such a long time, and then all of a sudden someone found one. I don't remember exactly where, but like it popped up and they were like, oh my God, wait, we still have them. And now like they've been on a really slow and steady incline, you know, to working their way out of like being in the state of extinction. So I just want to say, like, you are doing a really good job. Like, this energy is intense. It feels like you're going through a lot. There's a lot weighing on your heart, your head, on your spirit, and your soul. There's a lot that's going on. But I think that if you're okay, yeah, so I don't think that you're giving yourself enough credit though, because I think that you're kind of just like, you're in this energy of like, this is just what it has to be, right? Like, this is just what I'm doing. And so you're not really seeing the depths of your situation, and how you're getting through it. I think you're being really hard on yourself. So yeah, this energy check is going to be pretty interesting. So you're going through a lot of different things, right? And it maybe even feels like you are almost extinct, or you know, maybe something about like the clock ticking, like biologically. I think the movie maybe didn't age very well, but my cousin Vinny, with Marissa Tomei, and she's just kind of like, you know, the biological clock is ticking. So yeah, for some of you, maybe you feel like you're fighting against time in that way. Yeah, like something I'm hearing like coming up on extinction. You know, so maybe there's something here in terms of like illness, like you know, it's something that's terminal, which, you know, if that's you, I feel you, I feel your pain, I see you. You're not alone. And yeah, yeah, I'm here for you, I'm here for you. So yeah, there's just something here where there's like a certain heaviness, but you're not letting it really let you get heavy. The scientific name for jellyfish tree is Medusa yeah, Medusa. And that's because of like these little tentacles that they have, like that kind of like come out from them. And this is also, if I'm not mistaken, these little bits, they are, oh gosh, I think this is one of those plants where like the only host, one of the only ones that the host plant hosts male and bisexual little plant thingies. I'm not a botanist, I'm not an herbalist. Please don't come for me. But you know, in like the way that they reproduce, they're bisexual. And so, you know, like maybe for some of you, like that's your orientation, or, you know, you'd identify as queer in one way or another. Doesn't have to be. For, you know, like there's a lot of queer love on my channel. I am a queer person, but just to clarify that I'm not putting any narrative on you that's not, you know, that you don't feel is yours. If it don't apply, let it fly. Also, if you're the type of person that gets offended by any talk of, you know, trans rights and you know, just, I don't want to get political, but just my existence, I feel, is political. So if you're not down with just being a decent human being, then my channel is not for you. But you know, if you're cool with being loving and kind, then absolutely stick along for the ride. Don't know why I felt called to say that. I do feel that my audience is going to be expanding, so you know, just wanted to at least blanket it out there. We are very much peace and love, but we're not afraid to tell someone to get the F out. We have to stick by YouTube standards, but you know, we are kind people here. But you know, I'm getting that for most of you that are watching this, that you're gonna be pretty cool people. So yeah, that could be, you know, something that signifies, you know, to you that you're in the right place in terms of this energy check, that, you know, you do identify as queer and, you know, maybe leaning more toward the side of being bisexual. It holds a lot of power. It really does. If you think about, you know, like just the fact that let's touch back to, you know, the fact that it was thought to be extinct. I think that you're not giving yourself enough credit in, like, you know, how far you've come on your journey. And maybe for some of you, there were parts of you that had to die, you know, just in terms of, you know, like plants growing and the need to prune the dead pieces and grow into something fuller and beautiful and stronger. So I think that maybe for a lot of you, you've hidden yourself away from this, or you've even isolated yourself to be able to focus on your healing. You know, for some of you, maybe it's been years. For some of you, maybe it's just been like, you know, the last couple of weeks. You know, this is not to say that you've done too much or too little or anything like that, but definitely I do see that at least in the recent past, there's an energy here of, you know, giving yourself a certain level of isolation from other people, to focus on maybe just, you know, turning inward and self-reflection. And I think that, like, okay, badass, first off, right? Because you're going through a lot, like you're going through a tough time, and this is also one of those plants that oh gosh, it said it in the guidebook. There's something about, like, it doesn't just germinate in the wild either. I think it needs like really specific conditions to be able to thrive. Hold on, let me get the book because I feel really called. Okay. Yeah. Which cannot germinate in the wild. They're one of the few plant species that host flowers that are male and are bisexual. Yes. And their flowers develop a deeper red color with age, showing their tenacity like a badge of honor, even as their population declines as a whole. So yeah, there's something here about, like, the more that you grow, the more that you experience, like, there's just something about how you specifically are going through things and how you're dedicating this time to your healing that has just, it's changed you, it's changed your appearance, you know, like maybe for some of you, you've done some things to you know, feel more solidified in your own gender, you know, for whatever that looks like to you and whatever your gender is. And, you know, kudos, you know, like for some of you, I'm seeing like maybe even just more, like gender confirming haircuts, or maybe you switched up your style to incorporate, you know, more of a certain aesthetic that you've always wanted that would also be very affirming to you as a person. There's a lot here. There's a lot of layers to the situation. Like, you're making a lot of good positive changes to really making yourself happy. And I think that you're in this era of like, oh my gosh, the jellyfish tree is, you know, we thought it was extinct with group 1, but they're popping back in. You know, like, we just found this whole beautiful orchard that must have been here for years, completely untouched. You know, like, there's something here about like how you're, you know, re-emerging into the world. So let's look at feelings. And that will be represented by the colors card, and we have pineapple. I love pineapples. For many reasons. We won't talk about them though. Can I put this like this? Yeah, that's kind of cute. So in the pineapple, oh gosh, I can sense that there is, oh my goodness. Like, you got a prickly edge to you, but like the inside just is so beautiful and ripe and juicy. And I don't mean that in like a sexual way, like, you know, but if that's, you know, like something that you pick up on, you know, that other people are viewing you in this way, then please feel free to claim that energy. But like with that pineapple, like, again, it's like you've got all these, like, you know how pineapples got the little things on the outside, and then the leaves on the top are so freaking hard. Like, there's nothing soft about this exterior. But then like the inside is just like, oh gosh, it's so good. It's so good. And it's not like too sweet, you know, like it's got this nice edge to it. And so I think that you're really trying to embody this, like, the sweetness that you have inside of you. I'm also really being called to like the energizing, refreshing aspect of like pineapple. Yeah, I think that you're starting to enter back into this energy, or maybe you've been in this energy for a while. So again, take it how it resonates. This is a general reading. Remember, if it don't apply, let it fly. But I'm seeing like this, like a vitality, like kind of just like coming back into you of like, okay, yes, I'm ready. I'm going, I'm charging, you know, like just onward. That's it. And I think that's really, really cool. And maybe you're, again, like, I'm getting that you're not seeing this that way. Like, you're kind of just like, yeah, I'm just living, I'm just existing. But like, there's a certain level of, I don't want to say decorum, but you're just handling this really, really well. And you're moving through with this beautiful spark. Okay. Next, we're going to look at the energy of the situation, and that'll be represented by this environment card, and we have sunrise. So there's a lot of like newness. Oh my God. I have to remember that like YouTube's new rules like don't allow cursing. And that's going to be really, oh my God, I was going to say really effing hard. We'll get through this. Honestly, it's looking like I might just start my own Vimeo and like release videos there. And I'm sorry, y'all, you're gonna have to buy it, because the way that, you know, community guidelines are, and honestly, I'm not mad at them. I'm really not mad at them, because the amount of like access that children have to the internet these days, you know, sometimes I think about like if my own daughter were to stumble on my own reading, you know, like it's not necessarily for kids, but because of YouTube's rules, you know, a kid could find it. So I'm not mad at it. I'm just it's gonna take some getting used to. Okay, so sunrise and the energy of the situation. I mean, like, I think that you're, again, it feels like this is a fresh energy. Maybe just yesterday you decided you were going to look at things differently. You know, it doesn't have to be that way, but I do see that maybe like this was something that was just inside you all along. In the sunrise, the situation is giving you that like the start of, you know, the new day, but like it's the start of a new chapter. It's, you know, a new beginning to something. There's a level of like activation too. So maybe for some of you, because, you know, I did kind of pick up that like maybe some of you haven't really like gotten like readings and stuff like that. Maybe like you're just getting into like spiritual things in this, you know, aspect, which my channel, I mean, I consider myself to be a psychic, but we'll get into that in another video. But yeah, so for some of you, maybe you're like starting to have activations and it's making you curious. So I would say like you're definitely in a good space here. And I promise to only always give you open and honest messages to help you tap into your own power and your own potential, and to truly empower you deep at your core, so that we can really get that activation of your lower energy centers, you know, to pull you forward. So for some of you, maybe I'm seeing like, I don't know, there's this sunrise here. For some of you, maybe you could even be like generators or manifesting generators by means of human design. If you're not familiar with that, you can always find me on Instagram and just send me a DM, or you can just Google it if you want. I mean, but are we really using Google? Like, you can Bing it, or any other search engine that doesn't support the unaliving of an entire country of people. Yeah, so you can go ahead and research on your own in terms of human design, but maybe like some of you are manifesting generators and you're noticing, you know, like as you step into you know, this energy of doing things, that you're seeing the results of, you know, your manifestations, like, you know, just popping in right before your eyes, which is really cool, because like I'm a projector and I project everybody else's stuff. But you know, my time is coming. I'm kingmaker, but never the king, and that's okay. I'm happy to be where I'm at, and who knows, maybe you're the next king. So definitely a lot of activations happening with that sunrise card coming out. So this situation is definitely meant to put you in this energy, and I think that you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing so far. So I'm curious to see like what you're avoiding. I'm not gonna lie, let me just take a sip of my coffee. And yes, I do have water, I promise. So next, we're going to look at what's being highlighted for you. And we're going to use the animal cards. And we have sloth. Have you fallen asleep like this recently? I know I have. No. such a sleepy baby. Like, you give big sleepy baby energy. Maybe all of this activation and supercharged, energized the energy, and yes, I'm doing life. Maybe tone it down just a little bit. Maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you need a little rest. I would say, like, because the sloth card can talk about being lazy, but I'm not seeing that here. I think maybe what's being highlighted in this is a fear of being lazy, or perceiving yourself as lazy in moments that you need rest, which, again, that's not very nice to you. It's not very nice to your body or to your needs as a human being, because I believe that we are all multidimensional beings. However, we are trapped in these human skins, at least for a little while. So we have to make sure that we take care of it. If you watch anime at all, then you'll know the reference, but you have to take care of your gigai. Mine, unfortunately, is too small for my body, but this gigai don't fit well, so I gotta take extra care of it. Anyway, if you didn't understand what I was saying, I apologize for my nerdiness. But actually, no, I don't. No, I effing don't. So I think what might be highlighted again, maybe kind of, please don't take this as an attack. You are worthy. You are so worthy of love and kindness and beautiful things. Even if you're not working, even if you're not doing, your worthiness is not linked to your productivity. And I'm sorry that you have this going on here, because it's really fucking shitty. The sloth also talks about like being more reserved and relaxing. So I think that part of also what's being highlighted for you specifically, and this is not a message that I'm going to give everyone, like maybe the next group is going to be a bunch of people who are actually lazy and procrastinating and they need a wake-up call, and I'll be ready to deliver that message. I just felt like I had to say that because like for your group, I'm really feeling it. Like, I think like maybe, I don't know, like I'm really feeling there's an element here of like you're sitting down and you're just taking 5 for yourself, and all of a sudden you're just like, no, I gotta effing do. You know what? I'm just gonna have to go back. This is gonna make editing so much harder to go back and bleep all of my obscenities. It might be fun though. Maybe we'll do a little spark over it. I used to do that on Instagram. We'll see. I don't want to get banned, so I think I don't have a choice. So yeah, this video might take some time to put out. Who knows? It is what it is. Back to your reading. Yeah, taking a break is fine. Taking a break is absolutely fine. But like I really feel like, again, just relax a little bit. Just chill out. It's okay. Just chill out. We're gonna look at, with the nostalgia card, we're gonna look at outside energies, and we have hanging out at the mall. I did not remember this being there. But yeah, I've got memory issues, so hanging out at the mall. There's an element here of like being social and connecting with people on a collective level. It's very friendly. I'm back. So, and hanging out at the mall, I can see that there's an element here of hanging out with friends, being friendly, being social, sociable. I feel like there's something else here. Hold on, let's I don't want to open my mouth without being right. Showing off. Okay. One more. Something growing. Okay. So for some of you, this could be about a need to like be more social and going out and hanging out with people and maybe reconnecting with friends, or putting yourself in situations where you can make new friends. Because for some of you, I'm also seeing like that you could be in a situation where you were surrounded by people who are not necessarily the best people to surround yourself with, that didn't really push you to live in your true authentic self. Oh yeah, because we got like a lot of stuff in the beginning about, yeah, like that hiding yourself away, and like, you know, having this hermit time where you were like, is it hermit or like cocoon phase? I mean, take it how it resonates, whatever fits your narrative, right? But you get the idea. So yeah, maybe you were separating from people who didn't really have your best interest at heart, which, you know, I kind of hate saying it in that way, because it's like everyone has to look out for themselves, because no one's gonna look out for them except for themselves. But it's something about the energy here of like the people that you were surrounded with, where like, again, it feels like maybe everyone was just kind of showing off, and like everyone was very superficial, and that's just not who you are. Like, honestly, like the energy that I pick up on is like, again, such sweet tired baby energy. Like, I just want to hold you and let you go to sleep. It's okay, you could take a nap. I promise I'll wake you up, like, you know, because gosh, you're such a hard worker, and I think you have a really big heart for other people. But I think maybe you just like were not really surrounded by the greatest people, and I think their energy rubbed off on you. You know how there's that whole thing of like, you are the 5 people you surround yourself with, and for some of you, like, again, take this as if it resonates. If it's not a narrative that fits your story, you know, don't hold on to that. But for some of you, I am seeing that there's an element here of maybe even just being neurodivergent, or having like, you know, different abilities, and you know, maybe the people that you were hanging out with were like ableist, and, you know, made you feel bad or inept for the things that maybe you couldn't do. Like, you know, maybe there's some sensory things that you have, or maybe you get overstimulated really easily, and maybe for some of you, you don't even realize that that's what it is that you're going through. And you know, I just want to say again, like, you're not alone, and there are a lot of people out there that are not necessarily like, you know, great people, especially when it comes to you know, being, I don't even like saying disabled, because it's like, I mean, the world was just not made for us, and it's really not fair. You know, especially if you live in America, like, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh my god. I smacked my head against my phone. Please laugh at that. But yeah, so again, take it how it resonates, but like, you know, I'm seeing that there's maybe a need here to reach out to connecting with new people. Is there something on this card? It's like annoying me. But yeah, and like just connecting with like-minded people. So maybe it's, you know, going out to or just using your time differently, and instead of going to like the usual places that you would go to, like maybe you're exploring new things. Maybe you're taking time to like explore your state, or I don't know, travel around. Maybe you're going out of state, maybe you're going out of the country, you know, whatever your means allow. I see you kind of at least there's a desire to. Again, like, I feel like I'm reading for a bunch of different people, so it could be that you're on one side of it, and like, you know, you are affluent and can just leave the country at a moment's notice, or maybe it's, you know, taking a trip to the next town over, and, you know, exploring some wildlife reserve wildlife preservation reservation. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my god, my brain. How much time we got? We got 31 minutes. Okay, we got time. So I see a need for you to surround yourself with new people, or, you know, get out there and find your tribe, if that's you. If it's maybe that you've disconnected from people who, you know, are still good people, but you just needed time and space away, then, you know, I see you reconnecting with those people. and just really leaning on people that, you know, are very supportive, because without something growing, I feel like it's important for you at this time. And I know we're not in like the part where we're doing advice yet, but you know, advice has been coming through. That's how I do it. So what I'm seeing is that that's something growing. You got to make sure that you're around the right people, because what you're going through and what you're growing, in terms of self and maybe even like your own abundance and things of that nature, it's like it's something that needs to be protected. And like, you want to make sure that, you know, you're gonna rely on, you know, this person because, you know, in the past they've proven that they can help you out. Whereas like, you know, oh, I want to trust my good friend Jimmy, who I've known for, you know, however long. He doesn't let me down, but then like, you know, is he really consistent? And you think about the time that like he let your dog out and your dog never came back, and can you really trust Jimmy? I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes I just be so deep in the channel. I don't know what I'm talking about. If this resonates and you have a friend named Jimmy who like dropped the ball and lost your dog, I'm so sorry. Like, yeah, I don't trust Jimmy with whatever business dealings you're about to get into, because what the hell? That's so messed up. It's messed up, and the situation was reckless, absolutely reckless. As I sip my coffee. All right, so if that resonated, great. If it didn't, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not right all the time. If that resonated, we're gonna take a look at what you're avoiding. So let's see, what are you avoiding? I think I want to, let's get a good old shuffle in here. Hearing like Hurricane Ida. Oh, we got the Strength card. Six of Wands. I'm just gonna say this is the part where I want to come through the camera and just, you know, give you a love tap on the head. But I mean, that's okay. That's too many. I only wanted 3. So we'll take this way. Okay. What are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? What are you avoiding? You're avoiding acknowledging yourself. You're avoiding acknowledging your strength. You're just like, if it doesn't, like, it's not a thing. Like, it's nothing to write home about. You're severely like underwriting your character right now. With the Strength card, like, this is gentle strength. This is pure willpower. It's courage. Why are you avoiding this? And we have the Six of Wands, which is that recognition. So it's, if this were a work reading, like that's like a promotion, you know, like you're being recognized for your hard work. That's the energy. And so for this to come up in what you're avoiding, that's a no-no. That's a, what? Like, I want you to take some time right now. If you have the time, really pause this video. Just shut me up and pause the video and really think about what you've accomplished in your lifetime. Because for you to be avoiding recognition and action based on that is like, that's so sad to me. And like, I really want you to be able to celebrate yourself in the way that you deserve to be celebrated, because like, what the actual F is, I'm so sorry that people made you feel this way in your life and that you were in situations that caused you to have that. Yeah, I see it now. The pineapple, the hardened exterior, when really in the inside it's like so soft and juicy and sweet, and I just want to eat you up and squeeze you. Please don't avoid this. Please don't avoid this. Don't avoid giving yourself that credit. We also had these 3 cards come out, so this is also tied to for somebody out there. Again, like, take this as it resonates. I'm gonna pop these back this way. because my intention is to shuffle everything back in anyway. These were the ones that came out together, and I think they came out this way, if I'm not mistaken, but it doesn't matter because the message is still the same. We have the Two of Cups, we have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Lovers card. I think you're closing yourself off to beautiful friendships and relationships because of this. I think that maybe you went down the path of spirituality and you had your inciting moment. We saw that there was like a spiritual awakening and activations that were happening. And as you went on this path and you started to look at yourself and really be in an energy of self-awareness and taking accountability, I think you got stuck in the dark night of the soul process. If you're not familiar with that, please take a moment to research it, again using whatever search engine that you want to, because we don't support unaliving people on this channel. So take a moment and research the dark night of the soul. You know, it's a beautiful thing to be in a broken energy sometimes and to really see the you know, just the really feel in those depths, but it's not a good place to live there. And that does not mean that you deserve any of what happened to you. You don't deserve any of what happened to you. And there's so much in this energy of atonement that, like, you are literally closing yourself off to so many beautiful experiences here. You're holding on to this idea of, like, you're not worthy because you're avoiding recognizing your strength and your power and everything that you've done to get to where you are today. Like, you are still the same person inside somewhere. Not to say that, you know, there, again, we have to prune certain parts of ourselves, and, you know, we have to sometimes bind our stems, our stalks, our trunks to the I don't even know what I'm gonna say, to the rods of morality and kindness to help, you know, bend us back and help us grow stronger and straighter. But who you are today is just a version of that person that maybe you're thinking you still are, that is less worthy of love. And that's not true. That's just not true. Yeah. All right, we're gonna look at why you're avoiding this. I think we kind of already went there a little bit. You don't feel worthy, but we're gonna go a little deeper. Why are you avoiding giving yourself credit for your strength? We have the Father of Swords, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Seven of Wands. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Son of Cups, and this is the Knight of Cups. The Father of Swords is the King of Swords, and just, you know, regular tarot terms in case you're familiar. Okay. For some of you, I can see that this is connected to a father wound. I can see that this is something where, you know, maybe your dad or the masculine in your life, so it could be, you know, like stepfather, grandfather, uncle who raised you, or, you know, parents, boyfriend, or something to that extent. There's just an energy of this masculine that was present in your life that really, I mean, maybe they had good intentions, but their words really cut you down several notches, several pegs. It feels really, really crappy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm tapping into this energy and, like, my shoulders are heavy and I feel almost like I've been punched in the stomach. So I just want to say, like, if you're a victim of physical abuse from a parent, I'm really sorry. No child should ever have to deal with that from a parent or a parent figure, or anyone for that matter. Yeah, let's breathe. If you need to pause the video, you can pause the video. You can come back to me in a few minutes, a few hours, a week. I think I'm gonna put a trigger warning on this, for sure. Yeah, because this person really, your inner voice, the voice that tells you all the mean things that you can't and you're not good enough, that's not your voice. That's not your voice. That's their voice. Yeah. The Eight of Swords talks about somebody who is so anxious and so afraid. When we look at this card, we can see here that it looks like if the butterfly were to open its wings, that it would be torn to shreds by all of these swords that are around it. And one thing that is calling out to me is that, you know, the butterfly wings are so delicate, right? That even if a human were to accidentally touch or graze, I think this could be BS, and if it is, call me out on it in the comments, please, and don't let me ever say this again. But I think I might be right, so I'm gonna say it. But yeah, even if it gets like something about the oils from like human skin, that is damaging to a butterfly's wings. That's how delicate that they are. And you know, it's like so crazy because my daughter's clip is just like really staring at me here. This has got like little, yeah. But one thing I love about this card though is that if we take some time to shift our perspective and maybe look at it like the swords are all in the back, and if we focus on this line right in here, it almost looks like the cocoon is so much further ahead than these swords, and the swords are all behind it. And so that butterfly is actually safe to open up. It's all about perspective. You're avoiding this because it still feels like the words, the swords cards, they correspond to the element of air, and they oftentimes talk about things like communication, and mental energy. And so maybe even this person was mentally abusive or manipulative. They maybe often gaslit you into believing things were not as they seemed, causing you to question your reality and your own grasp on reality. And again, I want to say that like it's really effed up, and I'm very sorry. No one should have to go through that. It seems like it's a big collective thing, you know, with a lot of people that are close to my age, but even like, you know, it's a generational thing. So it's really, there's a lot of people out there that are just like you, that are struggling to overcome the same things. And, you know, not to excuse that behavior, but just to remind you that you're not alone in this. But take time that you need to grieve this, because it's deep. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go back in. I'm sorry. Hopefully the little sparkle of me censoring myself was funny enough to break some of that tension there. Oh man. Yeah. So shifting your perspective, because it still feels like you're back there. Like, and like it feels like, yeah, even like not figuratively. Oh my god, I'm having a hardest time formulating a sentence. For some of you, I feel like maybe you like constantly overthink even what you're gonna say. I feel like I can't talk. I feel like I'm almost going nonverbal. And yeah, so this could also be, for some of you, maybe this is just, it's one of those things that is something you've adapted due to something like PTSD or CPTSD, where when you're overwhelmed that you go nonverbal and you're unable to communicate or formulate sentences or use words. If you need advice on that, also just reach out to me in the DM. I mean, my channel's pretty small and I like it that way, so I'm usually able to get back to people. But please feel free to find me, reach out to me if you want more information on that, and overcoming, because I went through something similar when I was younger, and even now I have moments where I go nonverbal. And again, you're not alone. There are resources. If you're out here and you're watching and you are neurodivergent, and you are aware that those are some of the things that you do, I feel for you, because you know you've got a lot more to overcome. So yeah, just if you're needing resources on that, please feel free to reach out and we'll get you in touch. Okay, so we're gonna look at where you can put your energy. Where can you put your energy? I'm still not doing extended readings. Ooh. We'll see. Maybe we'll just do like spicy reads or unedited. I don't know. I just don't feel right about withholding messages, like, you know, or I don't know. Not that I think that other people are doing that, but maybe just like spicy reads, or reads where I drop the F-bombs. I'll bring this one out too. Oh my god, I thought I did it so pretty because I was looking at the table. I wasn't looking at the camera. It's okay. All right, we've got the World card, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Page of Cups. We're on the Knight and the Page. That's cute. For some of you here, if you are connected to somebody, like if you're in a relationship and you have a romantic partner that you really lean on, and you know, again, not discriminating against my viewers who are in polyamorous situations, but if you have, like, I'm seeing this as like maybe if you have like one specific partner that you feel that you connect to the most, that you trust, that you just feel like that one partner that you feel like you can just talk to anything about them with, and talk about anything with them. Like, I can't. Oh, I'm so sorry that this whole thing of trying to like formulate sentences. Yeah, you can have that part of the energy back. I struggle too, so I'm gonna grab a crystal here. We get a little moony. Okay. Where can you put this energy? Again, you can put this energy in connecting with people that you know and love and trust, that you know can support you in this time, or that you know will support you at this time, because I feel like somewhere in your heart, you've already kind of seen a clear, like, there's been a clear deviation between like the people that you can't trust and the people you can trust. It's likely that for you specifically, I'm feeling that like during the time of the eclipse, that this was something that was highlighted for you. Yeah, so I would say, yeah, putting your energy into, again, connecting. With that World card, I feel like you are closing out some cycles and some patterns in your life that are revolving around relationships and how you speak to yourself and how you see yourself. And so I think that your energy is best put into your emotional health in this, and your mental health in this, at this current time. So for sure, like, we're gonna stop avoiding the negative self-talk. I mean, we'll stop avoiding the positive self-talk. We're gonna do our best to quit the negative self-talk. We understand that this inner voice is not your voice, right? It's not. And we're gonna put our energy into overcoming that cycle. I'm really being pulled back to your current situation and your current energy, and that whole what's being highlighted, that idea of being lazy and in a sloth's way. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. um yeah, this is a long one. I wasn't expecting this to be this long, but you know what, it is what it is. Also, if you could hear my washing machine going off in the background this whole time, I mean, I'm gonna try to scrub the audio, but I am so sorry. I gotta do what I gotta do. It's habit stacking to the max. Or else nothing in my life is accomplished. And so yeah, like I feel you. I'm on that same thing of, you know, like I have to know that my drive and my willpower to do better, to be better, the vitality that I can have when I have enough spoons, and that energizing feeling toward, you know, being this like creature of rebirth. Are we the same person? Oh my gosh. But that, like, I know I have to know that, like, when I take my rest, that I'm not a lazy person, and that, like, sometimes, yeah, you know what, for one morning out of the week, I'm gonna take like a whole entire hour and a half to get up, get out of bed, make myself something amazing to eat, and, you know, like, take my time and enjoy, instead of, like, you know, get up super freaking early and rush out of the door, or, you know, get up super early and try to accomplish the same peaceful breakfast, you know, in the morning with an element of like needing to meet certain deadlines, you know. So, and again, this is not about me, but like just to use myself as an example, and also so that you know I'm not talking down on you, because I effing get it. I effing get it. It's rough out here for for a real one. The horrors persist, but so do we, right? So that world card, keep doing that, keep staying in that energy, but remember that the sloth is about relaxing, the sloth is about rest and rejuvenation as well. And that whole idea of you being lazy, you don't have to live by that narrative anymore. That's not you. We didn't even talk about the Seven of Wands. Oh gosh, hold on. That Seven of Wands is everything though, because this is about that resilience, this is about that persistence, that perseverance, and moving forward and moving on. And I feel like it may be that you think that if you just keep avoiding and closing yourself off, that one day maybe you'll have accomplished enough and you will be worth, but you're gonna burn out if you don't cut it out, and give yourself a break. I'm gonna read from the book from this one, for this one also, just because I forgot about it. So I feel like that was Spirit's way of being like, oh, maybe you should read this. Maybe not though. Maybe I'm just forgetful. Effing forgetful. Why? It's both. It's both. Can I find the number 7? Can I count? Yes, I can. Courage, inner strength. Yes. I'm gonna read it here, so this way if you want to like pause it and screenshot it or whatever you want to do, you can totally do that too. Oh wow, is this like in the middle of a binding too? I love that. Absolutely love that for you. Yeah. Okay. A single wand stands up tall, ablaze with light. The others fall away in shadow. Such is the story of the Seven of Wands. You'll not find any strength or support from others, only yourself. It's time to be truly courageous and stand up for your beliefs. You may feel overwhelmed with caution and fear, but your internal fire will guide the way. What? Bestie, what? That is so cool. And it's on like page 56 and 57. So yeah, a lot of like changeable, mutable energy here in the numerology that I'm seeing. And like the fact that it's the 7 and the 7, like you're being divinely guided. And like, yes, big sunrise energy for sure. Like, there's so much. I feel like you're on the brink of something here. Oh, we're not supposed to be getting messages about that, but I feel like you're on the brink of something here. And I think that like you opening yourself up to this and like meeting new people and just having fun, like it's gonna open you up to a new side of yourself. I'm seeing you approaching things like a little bit more on the shy side or a little bit more on the timid side, but like it's very much like with the Page and the Knight of Cups, it's like I'm here to learn and I'm here to grow, and like there's an element of vulnerability too, and like vulnerability is so hot. Consent is so hot. Communication is so hot. Oh my gosh. As I sip from my coffee. I should probably take water for the next one. Actually, you know what? Let's do it now before we start talking about shadows. And also hope that, hope that my cats don't, interrupt. I should have warned y'all that it was gonna be a gulp. All right. We're gonna look at how you can help your shadow feel safe. Ooh. All right, your shadow definitely does not feel safe. I don't even think it feels safe to come out with me right now. That's okay. Is that what you want to say? Oh. All right. We're gonna do this channeled message style. So I'm gonna pack this up here. Leave this? We'll leave this because your shadow wants to talk about that. Also, just a reminder, don't close yourself off to friends and love and this, like, and don't hold too tightly to outcomes and ideologies. Nothing is ever really as it seems. Put that to the side. Oh, all the way to the side. Okay, I'm listening. This way. One more row. One more row. Yeah, it seems like through all this negative self-talk that it's put your shadow in a place of, what is the world again? Did we have the world before? Oh, we had the world in the other deck. Just move this out of the way for now. Oh! And then I look and nothing is even on the screen. Okay. I'm getting distracted a lot too. I'm not a medical professional, I'm not licensed in anything, but if you've been feeling called to seek professional help in terms of maybe recalling, you know, some of the traumatic things that you've gone through, like maybe there's memories that you've blocked. Yeah, for some of you, like there's a lot of like blanking out or spacing out, dissociating for some. Again, like I'm not a medical professional. Please don't say like, oh yeah, the tarot person on YouTube said XYZ. But if it's something that you've been wanting to explore, then I think this is your sign to go ahead and, you know, make whatever appointments that you need to get yourself checked out for whatever it is. Because I'm picking up on a lot of, gosh. Like a lot of mental energy, and it feels like it's very clouded. Yeah. So it might be best for you to engage in some kind of maybe therapy or seeing a doctor, you know, just making sure that everything is ship shape. Okay. Are we gonna channel? I think so. I haven't channeled in a long time. I'm feeling first person channel. Yeah. First person channel. Alright, this might get weird. I don't even think that was... No, that was my shadow. Okay. I don't feel seen or supported by you. And I understand why I don't feel seen and supported. I feel like you've allowed the words of that masculine to really just penetrate through everything that you see and hear and feel and touch and taste. I can sense that things are shifting, and it feels like there's a lot of opportunity here. It feels like there's a lot of chance for growth, and I'm still very much a part of you, and I'm excited for that, but I feel like I'm gonna ruin everything. I feel like I am not good enough. I feel like I'm only worth and deserving having all of this just to lose it all. The way you could help me feel safe is by acknowledging me. I don't feel seen. I don't feel safe. I wonder a lot about whether I even belong here, and how could I be deserving of anything beautiful in life? But I'm gonna have to, step in, because your shadow cannot see any of this either. I feel like I'm looking at the cards and I'm seeing the message, but when it comes to channeling your shadow doesn't. Your shadow is shying away from this. You have the Six of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Cups. We have the Two of Wands, the World card, the Sun, the Mother of Wands, and your big deck energy on the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. I do also apologize about the view being a tad askew, but for all intents and purposes is going to stay this way. You can... I think that maybe you're not doing shadow work. And if you're unfamiliar with shadow work, and the theory was created by a man named Carl Jung, and he believed that, I don't know, he was kind of a little... Is he canceled? I don't even know. Should I be talking about him? I don't know. But the whole idea and belief is that we have our repressed sides, and they live within us, and anyway, I'm not gonna get into the bulk of it because we're already at an hour 5. But just to kind of touch on it, it's just about this repressed aspect of ourselves, and when we do shadow work, we kind of give voice to that side of us. And I think that no matter what you gain here, because it feels like there's opportunity for like equal give and take, for a bright future, beautiful plans, happiness, joy, fulfillment, wishes fulfilled. The Nine of Cups is literally wish fulfillment, for confidence and just warmth and nurturing and like new abundant opportunities. It's all, you could have all of this, but you'll still just come back to this of overthinking and telling yourself that what you see is not real, what you feel is not real, that or you shouldn't feel, or you're not allowed to, or Just like with the Hanged Man, I'm seeing this as like letting it hang in the balance. Like, yeah, it is what it is, but is it what it is? Like, you know, like I just gotta keep going, and I gotta keep doing more, and maybe then it'll be enough. And you know, when the universe feels like I'm meant to be happy, I will be happy. But I think that's not necessarily the case. I think that you're not allowing your shadow to really exist. And so I would say look into shadow work altogether, because I think that until you get to a point where you can see yourself as deserving, like I want to read the Nine of Cups. Like, it will never be enough for you, or you, like, your shadow will just sabotage it, because your shadow still so intrinsically believes that you are undeserving. So the Nine of Cups, bliss, harmony. At last the card of wishes come true. When the Nine of Cups appears, worries and fears will be cast away. A new phase of peace and harmony awaits. The world seems to be granting your every wish. Good health, happiness, and even material gains are heading your way. Enjoy. I'm gonna read the Sun. Just in the back. Whoops. Oh my god. The Star, the Moon, the Sun. Vitality, enlightenment. Imagine for a moment that you're soaking in the warm rays of the sun. It feels nourishing and healing. All your aches and pains just fade away. The Sun card brings this amazing energy into your life. Vitality and health abound, while you feel assurance and clarity in all you do. Spend some extra time outside today. Be grateful for the radiance of the sun and the life force it gives all creatures. Like, do you see how beautiful this energy is? But it's all being held here. And so I'll read from the Nine of Swords, because I feel like there's something about this one, like, these have just been hitting on top of the message. Dark visions, anguish. An extremely dark card. The Nine of Swords reveals the deepest shadows of the self. It indicates insomnia, nightmares, and worries in the midnight hour. Often, these states are accompanied by guilt, despair, or even depression. You'll be battling with yourself, so turn to others for help. Find joy, reach out. Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you have loved ones that you can reach out to at this time, that you know are going to love and support you and are going to hear you, like, move away from this person's energy and influence. For some of you, if this is a parent, then, you know, maybe even not even talking to family about it, because that might even complicate the situation. Like, I didn't even ask anything. Like, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the Three of Swords. Yeah, like, you're meant to experience, like, so much abundance, but this next cycle that you're about to enter in is, like, heavily reliant on you being in that Six of Wands energy and that recognition for all the hard work. This is literally like windfall of wealth and abundance. But if you continue to operate in a place where your shadow does not feel seen or safe, you will likely sabotage this. And I hate to say it, but it's just what happens, because it's a subconscious programming and pattern that was instilled in us. Like, I'm trying to just cut the deck so I can shuffle and put this one away, and we have the Seven of Swords come out. This is like sneaky energy, and what is it underneath? Yeah, sneaky plans. Like, there's just too much. There's too much on the line for you and where you're meant to go. And I think Spirit really wants you to be in a place of opening yourself up to the possibilities of being worthy of this love and abundance. Because you're about to get it, whether you think you're deserving of it or not. It's about to hit you, and if you mess it up, then you have to deal with the pain of you have to deal with the pain of losing it, you know? No one else is gonna feel that for you. And it's a nasty cycle, and it's shit that, you know, someone else's, oh my god, I said it again. It's messed up that someone else's behavior led to this pattern that now you have to heal. It's very messed up. Why am I scrolling to the back of the book? Why am I flipping to the back of the book? Oh my god. Why does all the purest love get filtered through machines? Anyway, messages from the ocean spirits. I gotta cap you at some point. Oh my goodness. 112. So messages from our ocean spirits. We have the Atlantean dream. For some of you, I'm seeing that this is a connection that maybe you were part of, like in one of your past lives, you lived in Atlantis. If you're not familiar with the story, definitely go ahead and look it up, because the stories of the Atlanteans is pretty interesting. Yeah. Wow. Okay. There's a lot, you know, coming through again about like that work and desire to know, right? And I have to always accomplish the next best, biggest, and then, you know, essentially they destroyed themselves. So let's see from the book. Atlantean dream. Rose-tinted ideals, lost information, smoke and mirrors. There is more beneath the surface. When I feel unsure, I trust my intuition. I can always look deeper. Clarity emerges through seeing all angles. I absolutely love that. What hidden truths now call out for my attention? Yeah, for sure. Your subconscious is like really wanting to connect with your conscious mind. And oh, here. Atlantis was a world of great awakening that existed in parallel with a surge of extreme technological advancement. As a result of its rise in power, an energetic splitting occurred due to consciousness being unable to keep up with its own spiritual evolution. Yeah, some were positive, some were negative in terms of development. And so, yeah, there's something here about like you are really changing your perception. And I think that with that comes a need to really acknowledge your shadow and the shadowy aspects that come with it. Let's see if we've got anything else here. We're showing off again. Don't show off. We have action. Let's get one more. Confidence. Yes. Okay. Something about like when you're confident, like you won't be showing off. Like I mean, you will be like showing up and showing out, and by, you know, association, showing off. But be authentic. Yeah. Manifest. Yeah, for some of you are manifestors, in terms of your human design. Some of you are manifesting generators. And so, you know, really looking into that and seeing what the possibilities are, I think is going to be really great for you. That is all I have for you today. Gosh, that's all I have for you after an hour and 15 minutes. I hope that this was insightful for you. Yeah, as always, know that you are loved, and you are so worthy of love. So be well, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye. Hello, sunrays and moonbeams. For those of you who chose the little French fry eraser, this is going to be your reading. All about what you are avoiding. We're going to put the French fries next to the sleeping mixie. Okay, so sorry about my washing machine. Like so, and then it immediately starts gurgling, like if it's bringing up something from the bowels of hell. Is that relevant? We'll see. We're gonna go ahead and look at your current energy. If you're familiar with an energy check-in, then you can go ahead and forward to the part where you see me like flipping over the cards. If not, just to explain, we're gonna be looking at your current energy. We'll look at your feelings and what's being highlighted and things of that nature. And so this is the part of the reading where you check to see if this is going to be the group that has the information for you. And then once we do that, we'll look at what's being avoided, why it's being avoided. I think I already kind of explained all of this. So yeah, let's get started. I also pre-shuffled, so we'll put some of these cards over here just to save time. But we've got Forget Me Not as your current energy. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Forget Me Not card. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love this flower. You can see where it's like shaped like a heart, and there's almost like this little break in between it. For some of you, maybe you're going through a heartbreak, or heart awakening, or there's just something here in terms of heart energy. Take it how it resonates. Remember, if it don't apply, let it fly. These are general readings. If it doesn't fit your narrative, please do not force it to fit your story. And as always, know that you are the main character, director, writer, creator of your own story, and so you are responsible for the story that you write. Coming back to the Forget Me Not, so this is also about like love and stability. Fun fact, when, oh my gosh, you can't even see it there because of the little glare. We'll just put it right here. There's this little theory behind the name, and it was that like Zeus was going around and naming all of the flowers, and he thought he was finished, and he went to go walk away, and these flowers, they turned to him and they said, "Forget me not," and that's how they got their name. So I think that's really cute. However, I think that in terms of your energy and your situation, maybe this is something where someone's moving forward and you don't want them to forget you. For some of you, I can see that maybe you've been thinking about somebody from your past, and that's been like they've been weighing on your mind pretty heavily, because Forget Me Not can also symbolize like a blast from the past. It also doesn't have to be a person, it could be a situation. So maybe you're going through something similar, or like you've been through a similar situation before. You know, in terms of the current energy, it's kind of like you're dealing with something and you're like, wow, I've dealt with this before. I've seen where this goes, or I know what happens because I've been here before, type of thing. Yeah. I think that's all I'm really getting. Oh, you know, also, so Forget Me Not is also a wildflower, and they grow really fast and they can thrive in like almost any type of environment. So I can see that your current energy toward this situation would be something of like, you know, you're maybe just within yourself. I don't think like this is necessarily within love specifically, but within yourself, I can see that there's an element of like the desire for rapid growth, or maybe just needing the reminder that you are capable of rapid growth moving forward. Let's take a look at your feelings. So we're gonna have your feelings being represented by this colors card, and we have bubblegum. You guys know that one song, Bubblegum? It was on the Nacho Libre soundtrack. That was the song that just came to my head. I was like, bubblegum, bubblegum, bubblegum. It's kind of silly. I have no idea what the rest of the song is about, but it popped in my head when I saw bubblegum. 10 points for word association and not saying that it's spirit. Anyway. No, not as I accidentally kicked my water bottle. Let me take a sip of water, recenter. Hold on. let me actually do it. Okay. So, in bubblegum, I can see that there's something about like you may be feeling right. Don't get triggered, because before I say this, I just want you to know that I love you so much and I think that you're such a pure being. But there's an element here of like maybe being a little clingy or attached. Like I think about how sticky bubblegum is, and like, you know, if it gets in like your hair and how it just kind of like gets into everything. And so maybe even you feel like that energetically, with like the way that the forget-me-nots, you know, have those wild roots and they can thrive in like all these different conditions. Maybe it just feels like you're kind of all over the place and you're getting stuck in a lot of things. Yeah, maybe like this past energy has you feeling like it's yeah, like maybe you're just like, I don't want to deal with this again. Like I've seen how this goes and I just don't want to be in this. All right, let's look at the environment card. This is going to tell us about the energy of the situation. And we have lake coming through. Where can I put this? Right there. I think that's where I put it. And so in the lake card, yeah, there's something here about like, I don't know, like landlocked or like limits. Because like I'm seeing like this lake is just like, maybe you feel like your emotions are like you're trying to keep your emotions like contained. Yeah, or it's putting, the situation is putting you in an energy of like feeling that you need to contain your emotions, or like there's a limit, or it's just like locked or it's stuck. This feels like a very straightforward message. Ooh, let me not. All right, with the animal card, we're gonna look at what's being highlighted, and we have anteater. Okay, in the anteater card, can be like opportunity, but like I don't know, I'm thinking about like it's like literally sucking up all these ants in a box, and like this, it just feels like a very greedy energy. And I'm not saying that that's your energy, but like what's being highlighted is maybe like someone else's greed, or maybe it is you, that, you know, like you're feeling like okay, this is really specific, but if you're in a situation where maybe somebody kind of like broke your heart a little bit and you're feeling like very stuck in the situation and you feel like you have to kind of keep yourself composed around this person, I think what's also being highlighted is like if this person is still trying to interact with you, like this is very, you know, like it's a very greedy energy on their part. But again, only take this if this narrative supports like what you've gone through. Like I'm seeing this with like the heartbreak is like, you know, clear separation from somebody, like someone kind of like, you know, either ghosting or like breaking up, you know, like maybe you were with someone for a while, or maybe like you were talking to someone for a bit and then they kind of like hit you with this you know, this hard, you know, boundary. But again, like I'm seeing this as like, you know, something that's clearly communicated. So, you know, again, if this is not your narrative, don't force it to fit. But with also like opportunity, there's also like a sense of like craftiness. So I think what's being highlighted for you is like how you move forward in this, because of like the big expansive energy that I'm also picking up on from that. I see this as being an opportunity for you to put the expansive energy in a new direction for yourself. Yeah, and needing to be crafty, needing to be strategic about the opportunities that you take. And in terms of outside energies, we'll get this nostalgia card. We've got passing notes. I don't remember seeing this one when I shuffled your cards, if I'm being honest. But in passing notes, it oftentimes talks about things like gossip and like it's drama. It's a lot of drama. It's rumors. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna. Where is? All right. We're gonna proceed with caution right now. If you get offended very easily, then just don't watch this part of the reading. You want to fast forward a little bit. But because we've got the energy of gossip and like rumors, you know, like scandal even, I want to get like what is being said. I'm also gonna have to censor myself because of YouTube's rules. I'm gonna try my best. Okay. Shame, regret, and guilt, those are just BS. Forgive. Let that stuff go. It's so dry not being able to. I'm sorry. If you're not a person that uses foul language in that way, then I'm sorry. I don't mean it in an offensive way. I just feel like it colors my language so much. But you know, definitely it's creative. I have to use other words now. So that's what it is. So let's see. Yeah, I think people are talking nasty about you as a result of this. You need some effing yoga in your life. Ancient stuff is cool. as my washing machine finally finishes. Let's get one more. You are loved. You are here for a reason. Don't F it up. Yeah. So with the passing notes, the external energies, I feel like people are just being really shady. People are being really shady, and like, take this as your reminder, like, that, you know, just F whatever other people have to say. Don't let these outside energies influence you. You are loved, okay? And maybe you just need some effing yoga in your life. But, you know, also, if you don't think that, like, yoga is the thing for you or the practice for you, then don't do yoga. But, you know, like, do something. I'm seeing this as, like, moving your body. But also, like, ancient stuff is cool. Oh, my gosh. Can we just laugh at, like, the timing on that? I said ancient stuff is cool, and the laundry started beeping again. It's probably gonna keep beeping until I turn it off, but that is what it is. I'm in the channel right now. I'm not getting up. And so, you know, with ancient stuff is cool. I think maybe there's like a practice or something. Maybe there's some kind of energy work, or maybe sound healing, or frequencies, or something that's calling to you in terms of healing from the situation. Because it doesn't feel like it's the greatest, you know, energy that's being, you know, portrayed here. Yeah, so I mean, I know we didn't get, like, that's advice, but we'll get final advice at the end. Yeah, we'll get final advice at the end. But yeah, if people are being nasty and they're talking smack, don't take it personal. Like, this has everything to do with them and their inability to be cool and have awesome experiences in life, that they have no idea what else they can do with their time except for talk about you and make stuff up. And, you know, F that. You don't need that energy in your life. Let's go ahead. Thank you, Rebel Oracle deck, for setting the record straight there. Okay, so if all of that resonated with you and you feel like you're in the right space, I think my microphone died, but I think it'll just keep recording from this. Honestly, it's fine. It's so fine. Everything is fine. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into the tarot portion. So we're gonna look at what you're avoiding first. I am avoiding stopping this whole entire thing to plug in my microphone and charge it for an undetermined amount of time. I hope the sound quality is okay. If you're watching this and you feel like commenting, like, let me know if the sound quality is, like, fine, even though I mean, it's fine. It's totally fine. Like, am I really gonna stress out about that? No. Are you really gonna stress out about whatever this is? No. What are you avoiding? We have the Four of Wands. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the King of Swords. All right, so there's some synchronicities already in terms of group number 1. I know, it was a little dramatic. Actually, let's put this up in here. Up in here. In here. Y'all gonna make me. Alright. Well, I'm gonna get one more. We have the Star card. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay. That makes sense now. You are first off, like, I don't want to. Can I flick you in the head? No, that's not nice. I'm currently learning that, like, as somebody who deals with a chronic pain issue, that behavior was never okay in my life, in my childhood. So yeah, a really similar energy to group number one in terms of like part of what's being avoided, and that really hurts my heart that on a collective level we're all kind of feeling this, but you're not recognizing yourself for the stability that you've created. That Four of Wands energy is like celebration and joy, and like for this to come up and what you're avoiding, like you're avoiding celebrating, you're avoiding joy. I don't like that very much for you. I think that's not cool. With the King of Swords, I think you're avoiding interacting with a specific person. Again, if you're resonating with this as like a breakup, then it could be just that you're avoiding you know, like that person, or like maybe even just places that they've gone. With Four of Wands, it's also home energy, so like maybe you're avoiding being home and you're going out more often. With the Star card, I can also see like you're avoiding hope and faith for a better tomorrow. You're avoiding the thoughts. And we also have the Eight of Cups on the bottom, which would kind of suggest that like you're hesitating walking away from something about this, whether it's maybe like physically moving or yeah, I feel like there's a lot that's being avoided around this situation. It's so multifaceted at this point. Oh, I dropped some cards. Are we leaving them? I think we're leaving them. My spirit wants to shed the deck a little bit. I'll pick them up on the second run. Woo. Okay, why are you avoiding this? I think we should do it like, why are you avoiding walking away? You don't want to tell me. Ace of Wands. Because you feel like there's more opportunity where you are, or there could be a restart or a new beginning. Why are you avoiding giving yourself recognition? Because you're balancing a lot right now. You're going through a lot, you're doing a lot, you're creating a lot. Yeah. I don't think you've had an honest conversation with yourself about this situation. Ooh. Yeah, it's making you really sad. Yeah. There's an element here of you needing to heal from some of this. Let's see, one last thing. Why is it being avoided? Yeah. Part of getting over this means that you have to enter a new cycle in your life. Yeah. You're avoiding communication around because I don't think you feel that you have the strength to communicate right now. Which if that feels like it's resonating with you, then by all means, like, don't force yourself to communicate if you're not ready. You're going through a lot of change and transformation, and so maybe this is just part of your grieving process to, you know, at least avoid the energy for right now. But it is going to come back up. It's going to come back up, and you're going to have to deal with it in one way or another. That Six of Cups oftentimes talks about like that, you know, blast from the past again. And so, you know, if this person hurt you, you know, you don't have to take them back, but be realistic about what they've done. And if you even really want them to come back at this point, I feel like there's a lot that's weighing on you. With that Ten of Wands coming out, like, it feels like this is a burden. It's giving very much like, I can't take the pressure. I can't, you know, take the pain. It feels like it's a lot. Like, it feels like there's a lot of layers to this as well. So maybe there were multiple people involved. I mean, we didn't have too many court cards come out, but especially since there's a lot of outside energies and, you know, like gossip and stuff like that, like maybe it is that there's just a lot of people that are involved, and so that's why there's so much being said about it. Yeah, I hate that for you, honestly. Like, do you need me to fight somebody? No. Oh my god. We don't fight anymore. We don't fight anymore. Okay. I can write them a sternly worded text message for you. Because I promised that I wouldn't fight people no more. But like, seriously, come on. And I feel like of all people, you... I mean, maybe you're not an angel in this either, but like... I don't know, friend. Let's put this to the side. We're gonna look at where you can put your energy. What bright, beautiful things can you put your energy into? Because I feel like maybe you should be avoiding all of this. Like, at least for right now. Just, I mean, you know, I maybe don't hold on to that Ace of Wands energy in terms of like hoping for a new spark or a fresh beginning. Okay. I hope you have a sense of humor, because I'm about to say something that if you don't have a sense of humor, it may come off as offensive. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Yeah, we have the Death card come out again for your big deck energy now. If you have not been following me for a long time, so you have no idea what I just said, I like to call the bottom of the deck your big deck energy, because it sets the tone for your reading as we go through it. I sometimes don't put too much attention to it, but it really called out to me, especially because it's a duplicate of the Death card that we got somewhere in there. So yeah, there's a lot of change and transformation that's happening in your life right now. And I think that you can best put your energy into healing from this, because I see this being very painful. That 10 of Swords, that's a lot of pain. In the standard tarot, it's like one person laying on the ground and they have 10 swords in their back. So grieve for sure. Find healthy outlets for you to be able to release this pain. You know, if something like a break room is calling to you, then go. Please go break some stuff. You know, we want to focus on healthy outward expressions of anger where we're not keeping it in. I'm saying, you know, if you have to write a furious note, write a furious note, burn it in a fire safe condition, a container, and, you know, under non-flammable conditions. You know, proceed with caution. But, you know, something safe. Punch a pillow, take a kickboxing class. You know, like, there are safe ways that you can release these feelings of anger. Do what speaks to you, you know? Is it maybe something that's not so heated? Maybe it's sitting by the ocean. Maybe it's collecting seashells. You know, maybe you just need to sort your thoughts out a little bit. For some of you, I am seeing like maybe therapy. I'm moving away from my beliefs in like CBT and I forget what it's called, but I'm leaning more towards practices now these days of oh gosh, is it like bottom to top? Oh, I don't even remember what it's exactly called, y'all. I'm still learning, bear with me. But I would say looking into therapeutic techniques, alternatives to cognitive behavioral therapy. I'm hearing, I feel like I see it, the internal family systems, and this also might help. Yeah, internal family systems, look that up. And this is going to help you to be able to work through some of what you're going through as well, in terms of like helping get your brain back on track, because I feel like there's a lot of energy that's being expelled here. We had like that 10 of Wands, that burden, and we have the 10 of Swords. Like, this is a really heavy energy, and with the Death card coming out twice, like, that for me is, as a reader, is confirmation that you are going through like really intense shifts and cycles. and changes. Like maybe some of you are changing your appearance, maybe some of you are changing a living situation. There's a very mutable energy in the collective right now of people making changes to their lives. And so, you know, like to have all of this happening to you while you're trying to change it's a bit intense. With the 5 of Wands coming out, being clarified by the Moon card, I do see that there's like very much an internal subconscious struggle that's happening. And so that's why I mentioned, you know, like maybe the internal family systems, because I think that on a mental level, you might be dealing with, like, you know, conflicting thoughts. And I see that this situation could be highlighting some triggers for you. And I think that it's important that you are, finding healthy ways to cope and process. And when I say process, I don't necessarily mean like digging deep and understanding why you're feeling what you're feeling, because for some of you, I'm feeling that you've done a bit of work on your healing journey, that you're able to identify your own triggers and things of that nature. So I don't think that this is really about you trying to figure out why you're feeling the way you're feeling. I think that you already know why you're feeling how you're feeling about it. And so when I say processing the emotion, I mean like really, you know, like allowing yourself to feel it and sit with it. And it can be really hard and really uncomfortable, especially if, you know, you've been taught that like either anger or silence is the best way to deal with that. So, you know, really sitting with that feeling here, because like that 5 of Wands energy is like, that's intense conflict, it's rivalry. But like I'm seeing this with the Moon card, that's like in your subconscious, in yourself. Like, you know, how we all have the 2 wolves inside of us, but I don't think you should be starving the other wolf. I think that there's a way that the wolves within you can coexist. But it's gonna take you researching, you know, in terms of bettering yourself and other techniques, yeah, other like therapeutic techniques for healing. So we're gonna look at now how you can help your shadow feel safe. Eight of Wands. Temperance. Ooh. Your shadow is a little sneaky one. A little sneaky. I'm picking up on like mischievous vibes too. So like maybe you guys were little tricksters when you were kids. And like, you know, like to do pranks. If that's you, like, go you. I love you. Let's be friends. How can we help your shadow feel safe? So we have the 8 of Wands, we have the Temperance card, and we have the 6 of Cups coming back out again. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. So I can see that maybe you're like fresh into doing shadow work and understanding your shadow. For some of you, or maybe for some of you, like you're stellar at being self-aware, but when it comes to like integrating your shadow, you're still kind of in a beginner type of energy. You know, which again, this is not to say anything like wrong or negative, or like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. This is just where you are on your journey. You're in the beginning stages of really exploring and connecting. And again, you know, whatever fits your narrative, you know, if you're just newer to integrating, if you're newer to shadow work, you know, altogether, or, you know, however it resonates. I'm just seeing like a fresh type of energy. You know what's so funny? I just forgot, or I just remembered that I dropped some cards on the floor. No, I didn't just hit my head. It's okay. They're not important. The spirit was definitely shedding them from the deck. Okay. So yeah, I'm seeing this as like a fresh energy, like, you know, a new energy. And I'm seeing like just taking action and, you know, making yourself feel I would say like there's an element of inner child healing, so like helping your inner child feel safe is also going to help your shadow feel safe, because I think that there's a connection here between specific instances in your childhood, which is being highlighted by the Six of Cups. That's that childlike energy. I'm seeing instances here of like, as you go through these cycles, because for some of you that's a situation that is very similar to something that you've gone through in the past. So I'm seeing that yeah, like just finding like a balance, or like things are going to be revealed to you as you move forward. And like, I don't know, maybe you're going to be you know, living the good life, and this Saturday you're like, yep, I'm gonna do Saturday morning cartoons, and you know, it's my favorite breakfast cereal that I always used to eat just for the hell of it. And like, maybe while you're eating the cereal you have like a flashback, like the taste of the cereal milk is gonna, you know, jumpstart a memory about a time when this person did this and that. And then you kind of got to sit with it, and really just sitting with it and feeling your way through it is gonna help. So yeah, definitely look into those alternative methods of healing and therapy, because that's gonna be the key here for helping you work through this stuff. Because yeah, I don't think you really need to be focusing your energy so much on whatever the situation is, and more just on you and your own personal healing, and how that's and how to integrate your shadow in a way that just it feels right and it makes sense. All right, let's pack this up here. Ooh, I almost dropped a crystal. Let's just give these a little shuffly before we put them away. We're moving so quick through this, like it was very straightforward. Like group one was a long one, so I'm like, no. What do I do here? No, I know what we're gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna pull out some messages we're gonna go through. Also, don't mind my little dollar store bowl, because the glass one that I have is currently hiding in a box somewhere, and I just unpacked these. I'm so excited to use them. All right, so we have want to share, we have texting, we have abundance, okay, one more, and we have passion. Okay. Well, how about just one more? Weakness. Okay. Is this pertaining to you or another person? All right, so for some of you, I can see that like maybe you're already kind of ready to move on from this, whatever this is. Yeah, maybe it was something like, for some of you, I'm hearing like it wasn't even that serious. And like, you know what, maybe it wasn't that serious, but then why did it throw you so much off off balance? And I say that with the most love, like, are you sure it really wasn't that serious? Take your time, but I can see that there's newness coming in, definitely new passion. There's an abundance of love, and just, yeah, I think also like a lot of communication too, because we had texting coming through. So maybe this person might try to text you also, you know, but if you don't want to text them, then please, like, I know it's 2024, maybe you're watching this like further in the future, but for right now it's 2024. Just because somebody got a cell phone doesn't mean that, like, or you have a cell phone, that doesn't mean that everyone should have access all the time right away. Like, no, you don't have to answer that message. You really don't. But for some of you, this could be that, like, you know, maybe you're already ready to move on, and there's somebody new coming in, and they are going to be able to give you, you know, a re-spark of passion and things like that. That shuffle was not very aesthetic. Please don't tell anyone in the other groups that happened. I would be like so embarrassed. Okay. Messages from the ocean. Oh. we have Sacred Chalice. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. Please remember to fill your cup. Absolutely fill your cup. For some of you, if you have the means to, or if you're close to Purdue. Sorry, I'm practicing French. Close to like a beach or a body of water. If you're on the East Coast and you're watching this at the time of upload, we are like finally hitting spring-ish weather, and it's getting nicer. And with that ocean dreams, of course, like go visit the ocean. Go visit the ocean. I'm seeing this more as like maybe for some of you, your water signs, or you have like heavy water placements, and so the best place for healing for you would be the beach or a body of water in one way or another. But making sure that you're filling your own cup and that you are doing you, and you know, you can't pour into others' lives and, you know, from an empty cup. And I'm seeing like there's even like, is this curtains or waterfalls? It looks like these are waterfalls that are like even coming down here. And this is oh my gosh, an anemone. Anemone. Anyway, let me get the book. I'm gonna get the book. Where did it go? I don't know where it is. It has to be here somewhere. I swear I just had it. Did I? Oh, it was in the drawer. Also, guys, I didn't mention this in the beginning, but like French fries are literally my favorite food. Or did I mention it in the intro in the selecta pile? I don't know. I shot that like 3 days ago. The intro is always like from a while ago, so I don't remember. But anyway, like French fries are my favorite. Like, you're my favorite. Okay, keep going. So we have Sacred Chalice, Heart Chakra, Goddess Energy, Divine Gifts, Wellspring of Abundance. I am overflowing with possibility. I am a creative being. I am a magnet for love and abundance. I absolutely love that. Our transmission is, how can I celebrate the beautiful abundance in my life? Yes. Beautiful things are going to happen for you. Like this, let this breakup be, you know, or whatever the situation is, let it come in, let it do its thing. Is this sticky over here? Oh my god, so embarrassing. I'm gonna just clean it right now. So I'm seeing this as like, make sure that, again, you're filling your own cup, because at the end of the day, like, no one's gonna fill it for you, right? But you already know that, and it's kind of like crappy to think about it. Now I don't want to put this down because it's wet. I'll just hold it. This is real. This is so real. But yeah, like, things are going to be looking up for you, especially during the summer months, for sure. I mean, plus for like the collective, the astrology just overall looks better for the summer. Like March was kind of like what the actual HE double hockey sticks. I don't know how much I can say here. Can I like Kobe this into the garbage can? Oh my god, I did it, y'all. I did it. It went. I'm feeling like just every single basketball NBA player, WNBA player combined, just all of them. And then I went and I tried to dry it with my sleeve, and now there's a little lint from my sleeve everywhere. You know what? I give up. No, I don't. We're okay. We're okay. So yeah, things are really going to be looking up for you in those summer months, and I feel like you're creating so much for yourself. There's so much abundance. We had all that passion coming through, right? And like abundance for your near future. It does get better. Things are going to get better. Put your energy into self. I know it's like so fucking cliche, but no, like, I hope this was really helpful. Like, please research internal family systems and alternative methods of healing your brain that are not CBT, because I feel like that's going to be a superpower for you. Especially, like, I'm also hearing if you don't have access to doctors and medication, yeah, as like a random wisp just flies in front of my face. Yeah, for sure. Like honestly, it looked like an angel feather. What the heck? Just, it came through the dimensions. Or maybe it's just lint because I haven't dusted. Who knows? Take it how it resonates, right? Make your day beautiful. And as always, know that you are loved, you are loved, and you are so worthy of love. So be well, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye. Hello, sunrays and moonbeams. For those of you who chose the little ice cream bar, this is going to be your reading. Honestly, I've been wanting to. That is so satisfying. Hold on. Like, does the whole thing come apart? I have to see this now. Anyway, while I figure out if we can I take this one off? Oh my god. Um, we're whatever. Let's just talk for a sec. If you want to stay and figure out what the energy check-in is, oh my god, yes. If you want to stay for the energy check, for me explaining what the energy check is, you can absolutely do that. If not, you can go ahead and fast forward to the part where I'm like turning over the cards and stuff like that. But in case you're new and you're not sure what's happening, um, we're going to do an energy check-in and we're going to look at your current energy and a bunch of things around it to see if it resonates with like you and your situation. If it does, then you'll stick around for the second half of the reading where we'll look at like what you're avoiding, why you're avoiding it. They have been really interesting, and the first two have been like pretty different from each other. So I'm pretty excited to see how this one's gonna turn out. I think yeah, like my most favorite part. Oh my god, there's like eraser bits all over the table now. Sorry, I'm like, getting so distracted. Maybe that's also part of your energy. Um, but yeah, the part about how we can help our shadows, that's been a really interesting one. So I'm also curious to see how that one is going to go. Um, so yeah, let's get started with the first card. I also have these cards here. We'll take a look at them in just a second, but let's start off with your current energy, and we have the Clover. So the Clover card often speaks of things like luck. In this case, I'm seeing it as more of it's gonna take more than luck. Um, mhm. Like you're very much understanding that whatever the situation is, that it's gonna take a lot of hard work to get through. It's gonna require more than just blind luck. Especially because like we're not seeing four-leaf clovers here, so I'm really intuitively being pulled to the fact that like I mean don't get me wrong, clovers are still known for um, just a lot of things in terms of like faith and love. And it does have a sweet energy to it, but I'm seeing more along the lines here of you needing to put in that work, like needing to put in elbow grease, so to speak. um I'm really feeling called to like courage and transformation for someone here. Oh my gosh, as my cat does like a backflip off of god knows what. We'll scrub the audio. It'll be fine. It only just scared the crap out of me. But I was gonna say, maybe for someone or for a select few, you're in a situation where maybe you've called someone out for something. Um, hmm, yeah. Overall, like your current energy toward life itself and just moving forward, um, I'm really seeing that there's a yeah, something about just needing to really put in a lot of work to manifest here. So let's see what you're feeling. um my energy does feel a little bit slow. I think I'm like tapped into yours. We've got BuzzFeed yellow. Oh yeah, the colors. And you guys got two for the feelings. Don't tell the other groups, but yeah, we got two. So BuzzFeed yellow, and then we also have money green that came out. How can I put these? I'm gonna put this like this. I think it's so funny that we got like money green and clover for you. Very, very interesting. There's an element here of like maybe you're working really hard. Maybe money is the goal here. Mhm. it could also just be like abundance in that sense, and like, tying your abundance to like financial freedom. There's an element here of like wanting to indulge. Um, mhm. That BuzzFeed yellow, there's also like a lively energy, like, oh my god, WTF, LOL, like not saying that, like, please don't take this as a personal attack, but just in terms of like your feelings, like it's something very social, very active here. Um but like in a bubbly sense is what I'm picking up on. It's definitely on the, I would say, like kind of like the, not like energetic, but just lively happening. I don't know. Am I making sense? It feels like your overall energy is kind of just like, it is what it is. I've accepted that this is gonna take work, and I'm a little working person. And I don't mean to say little or like to downplay like exactly how much hard work you're putting into, like, please don't get me, wrong here. Like, I can definitely see that there's a lot. It's just it's so cute. It's very cute. That's how your energy is kind of coming off here. I'm curious to know like who picked this group. Um, so we'll look at the environment card here, and this is going to tell us the energy of your situation. We've got the rainforest. There's a lot of layers here. I can see that maybe you're confused about certain things. There might be some elements that are complicated. Really, though, you're like very driven. And I have to say, I'm very proud of you guys. I don't know what it is, all these shifts and things like that, and the audience that I'm trying to manifest and call in. I'm just, yes, my people, like we're doing the things. And I'm so proud of us. And if no one's told you, I just want to say I'm proud of you, because I see you out here working, and you're so cute. You're working. We're working. We're little working people. Um, so yeah, that rainforest again, like maybe just like an element of it being complicated, or like there's just a lot of moving parts and factors. Um, I'm like really drawn to like, how there's kind of just like all different types of foliage and different colors here, and there's like a lot going on. Um, and so I feel like, yeah, like that's just the energy of the situation. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of opportunity too with that clover that comes out. um I think clover is also, I think in the guidebook it mentions something about like it's something that's kind of overlooked sometimes, because like everyone makes a big deal about like four-leaf clovers, and clover is actually pretty abundant, at least in like the United States. I think that's what it said. I don't know. It, correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free to drop it in the comments. Um, but yeah, so there is also an element here that I'm feeling of like maybe you're constantly overlooked, or maybe you've been feeling constantly overlooked, but you're just in this bubble. And oh my gosh, what's that song? Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. I gotta keep it moving. Yes, and that's exactly where you're at right now. And more power to you. All right, so animals. The animal card is going to show us what's being highlighted about your situation, and of course, I like flipped it over beforehand, so you saw it already. Surprise, it's bison. And so with the bison, I can see that there's like an element here of like you just being very in a logical mind and a practical brain. For some of you, maybe you're more on the side of like leaning towards spirituality, because I'm seeing like with that clover and like that understanding of like there has to be some kind of faith, but it's not all just luck. So like maybe this is a change for you. Like you're used to kind of operating in a way that's more intuitive, where now you're implementing more structure, and more tangible things that you can see here. Yeah, especially because it just feels like there's so many moving parts. And so maybe before you were able to easily manage, like I'm also noticing like there's multiple boxes in here, and like how they're all collated and things like that. And so I feel like this is, the energy of just like you're filing away and collating, and just taking care of a lot of business. Um yeah, a lot of logical brain, um practical thinking happening. And that's what's being highlighted here, is your ability to be able to do this, because maybe you weren't so confident in that, um, because you were used to just kind of like being in this energy of like things divinely work out. And so maybe you're now starting to see that like you're capable of this. in the nostalgia card, we have sticker earrings, and this is representative of the outside energy at play. And with sticker earrings, I think it's I really love this deck. If you love this deck, let me know because it's so cute. All right, so sticker earrings, right? If you think about like wearing sticker earrings, it's kind of like you get to have earrings without like the full commitment of like putting a hole in your ear with like getting a piercing. And so this card talks about like, you know, fear or hesitation, like a fear of commitment or hesitation, or even like having a certain caution. um, and so I think that there might be some external things within your subconscious that are still kind of holding you back from this. Or is it really holding you back? I feel like you're leaning more on the side of caution, but I think that it might be a little bit too much caution, that it could be manifesting in hesitation, which I think is really interesting because we're supposed to be looking at what you're avoiding, but it looks like you're not necessarily avoiding, you're just hesitating. That's it. That's the reading. Go home now. All right, let's take a look at it. If that's resonating with you, actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab. Where are they? Hold on. I'm gonna take a quick walk across the room. I got a microphone now, so um, the party doesn't have to stop while I'm moving. I love it. We're gonna grab the bowl here, and I'm just gonna see if there's anything that I missed in terms of the situation's energies or your energy, just any additional messages. One more, yeah. So the first one that came out is challenge. Yeah, and it's funny because like it came out over the rainforest, and so like I really feel like again there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of moving pieces. It's like you've got to line up all of the cogs in like a certain way, or else things are gonna. I wouldn't say like I don't know. Is everything really gonna like? Is all hell gonna break loose? There's sexual tension. Okay, that's not part of the reading, but take it if it resonates. Maybe that's just to help you confirm that you're in the right place. And then we have also showing off. Okay, so these kind of were like over here, so on these outside energies. So I would say just be careful to make sure that you're not in a place of. I don't think that this is you. I think maybe just people around you. Yeah, because like you're going through a lot, so I guess maybe just be on the oh yeah, proceed with caution and a little hesitation. I think it's necessary. Yeah, that's it. That's the reading. We can go home now. Thank you, Spirit. um, but yeah, there might be sexual tension, in one way or another. That could be affecting the situation. And then with the showing off and it kind of like landing between the animals and the money green, maybe just also be careful that you're not surrounding yourself with people who are not necessarily aligned um, with you and where you're trying to go. And that could be a hard thing to do because like sometimes we just outgrow people in situations, and it's a shitty thing. So yeah, I would say just be mindful. I think that over the course of, and this is just intuitively speaking, I think over the course of the next month and a half, yeah, the next month and a half, I think that some more things are going to be highlighted um, for you. Oh, I didn't put the nostalgia one back. Look at that, the fear. um, but yeah, uh, things are going to be highlighted even more for you. So be mindful of the experiences that come up, because I do think that they're going to be trying to tell you something in terms of like the people that you're connected to. And I don't say that to like scare you or anything, like please don't take that energy, especially if it's not something that resonates to your situation. But I think that if you've been maybe questioning people and their intentions when it comes to you and wishing the best for you, or like having your best interests as well as theirs, and for some I'm even hearing like a spirit of collaboration, like just make sure that you're um, crossing your T's and dotting your I's. All right. So if all of that resonated, which I hope it did, if it didn't and you're still here, thank you for supporting me. Maybe you've fallen asleep and you're just listening to the sound of my voice. And that makes me happy. Let me know. um, so yeah, If you're still here, let's take a look at what are you avoiding? What is being avoided? That's it. That's the reading. The cards won't come out. No, we've got to go in and get them. A Wheel of Fortune. As soon as I say something, then it's like, oh, we're flipping. We got 3 major arcana. Okay. First off, who are you? It's an honor to meet you. This is a lot of divine shifting energy that's coming through here. Let's actually, yeah, and then we don't have to sacrifice the flowers. That's beautiful. Love it. Okay. Yeah, 3 major arcana. The divine is doing a lot of work in your life right now. Holy crap. There are opportunities that are making their way to you. There's a lot here in terms of courage and I'm sorry, why are we here? um is this all right? Let me just, I'm gonna pull some more cards to clarify. The bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Cups. I think that you have a lot of options. I think maybe you have too many options. I know we picked up on that energy in the beginning that there was a lot going on, right? So maybe you've given yourself too many options and too many avenues, or maybe there's an element here, like the Magician again. Um, yeah, you got too much power. And so what's being avoided, I think, is making a decision. Or just making decisions, period. Um, it feels like with the Hanged One, you're waiting for a signier sign than the signs you've received. I think that you might feel a little out of your mind, but it feels like there's some good stuff is happening. Yeah. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the 9 of Cups, and then we have the 10 of Wands. So yeah, a lot of forward moving energy from like Ace, 9, 10. The bottom of the deck, we have the Father of Cups. There's so many Cups cards here. Yeah, I think that you are maybe overwhelmed with possibility right now, and I'm sorry. With that 10 of Wands, like it's weighing on you, and you're trying to act from a place of like love and compassion, and I think spirit just wants you to choose yourself. um yeah, because like why? I Okay, intuitively speaking, I think that you're being given some opportunities and you're thinking about how you can give to other people when you should be thinking about how you can do for yourself. And I think that your energy is even like coming through. Why? Because of community. Um, because what, the road is supposed to be hard? No, we have a 10 on top of the 10 here. With the 10 of Swords now, like you're putting yourself in situations where you're creating pain for yourself. Because I think that you may feel undeserving of an opportunity here. Um, mhm. I mean, if this resonates, like, please let me know. If it doesn't resonate with anyone, then I mean, I don't know. I guess it dies on YouTube. um, but yeah, like, I don't. There's a lot of good cards. There's a lot of good things coming in here. Like the Wheel of Fortune is good timing. It's good luck as well. So like, I think maybe just like you're not opening yourself up to this energy. Um, because I think maybe you're thinking that you have to give. This is not how this reading was even supposed to be going. Let's take a look at. I want to see what is shifting. And the Nine of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands again. We have the Sun. And the Nine of Cups again. There's so much synchronicity, like wish fulfillment, the harvest, reaping the rewards of what work you've been putting in. For someone, I'm seeing the Magician again. Um, for someone, I'm seeing that like there's just large sums of money that is coming, and maybe like the money green is just like you're picking up on this intuitively that there is going to be influx of income. I think Spirit is trying to prepare you for something. I think that you're supposed to be in a place where you're supposed to build for community. Take that how it resonates. And so if you're experiencing this, and you're starting to, have this wish fulfillment, be sure that you're pouring into self first enough, because I think that you're being called to not look so much at the present. I mean, I think you have so much going on, and that's why maybe there has to be a little bit of autopilot, in terms of, oh my gosh, my cat is literally like the song of his people scratching. I don't know, hopefully we'll be able to scrub the audio and get that out. um but yeah, so I'm seeing that like the time for you to give away is not now. I think that you're supposed to hold on to for yourself, because you're meant to build. There's something about, gosh, this message is really specific. Okay, there's something about like the next 10 to 20 years where I think that um you are going to be needed for something. Yeah, you're gonna be needed, and you have to start building now. So as much as it may feel like you need to give to others, and you want to just you just want to collaborate and give to others, I think that you're supposed to be focusing that energy on self and on your own happiness and your stability, um, because your purpose is just different from everybody else's. All right, that was really specific. I'm gonna keep going. Let's shuffle all these back, and I'm gonna grab a different deck now because I feel like we've exhausted this one. This one's not going the way that the other ones went, but I don't know, there's something about you that's different. Right, we're 23 minutes in, and what are you avoiding? And Spirit's like, hey, we have a very important message. Sidebar, complete sidebar. I'm going to grab, let's see. Old Reliable. There's something stuck in there. Okay. The Queen of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So, yeah. You're very smart. The Magician was on. You are magic. You are a magician, a literal magician. You make magic happen on like a daily basis. You are creating, and your purpose is different. I don't think that you're meant to expel so much energy in the right now, because I think that you're supposed to be building. Yeah, I just keep hearing building. Where can you put this energy? The Tower and the Seven of Swords. Strength. Oh. I don't get bugs, but I swear to God, I just saw like a gnat or something fly across the screen. I don't know. I'm gonna watch that in the playback. That was really weird. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So, where can you put this energy in creating beautiful, happy moments for yourself? Yeah, Queen of Cups. Um, there's with the Tower and the Seven of Swords coming out the way that they did in the beginning, I would say like there's gonna be a lot of chaos maybe around you that's coming up. I'm not sure if it's gonna be involving you. It feels very much like your energy is going to be put on having strength and again creating these moments away um, so that you can fill your cup and you can keep being in this energy. um, so just be mindful, yeah, because like spirit has a plan here and you're meant to just work. And I think that I'm hearing like your reward comes later, but I don't think it's like so much of a reward. But I think your purpose is going to really be activated at some point in the next few years. So let's look at how you can help your shadow feel safe. And I'm sorry, y'all. Like I know this is even the energy and the tone is just very different from the first two groups. Like I guess this message is so incredibly specific. So I'm hoping that it makes it to the person who it's supposed to make it to, the person who it belongs to. The Sun again. So the Knight of Pentacles, the Sun. I think I'm feeling called. Yeah, let's do this. Oh my gosh. They got the zoomies. There's the Eight of Pentacles. Alright, this is gonna be a little bit of a long one. What? There she is, Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands. So we also have the Four. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So I feel like this is my group where I know you're doing shadow work. Like the first two groups, it was like scratching the surface. I know you're doing shadow work. And more power to you for making the choice to be self-aware in a day and age where it feels like everyone wants to just pacify themselves. Um, Continue putting in that work. Continue doing what you're doing. Again, there's that message. Focus on your happiness. Make those hard decisions. I know they're really hard to make. Um, but there's an element here of I'm not seeing yourself closing yourself off from the idea of community, but I think that when it comes to certain aspects of your life, I see you making your circle significantly smaller. I see you putting a lot of time and effort and energy into ventures and things that make you feel happy and make you feel excited and make you feel passionate. Even if it turns out to be a bust, I see you just being happy to be in an energy of like really doing you. Um, and like I will say, there's a lot here about like our neural pathways, and I'm learning that when we have like negative experiences, especially when it comes to things like putting ourselves out there, it creates this neural pathway in our brain, um, that, you know, says, hey, when you put yourself out there, it's not safe because XYZ happens. And then if that happens again and again and again, then when we get to like ourselves now and we have to, you know, or not have to, but we choose to, you know, not feel fearful and put ourselves out there in the way that we, you know, used to, or the way that we want to, that feels good and authentic to ourselves. We're literally fighting neural pathways that are like ridges in our brain, um, that are telling us it's not safe. And so there's like a rewiring that has to happen. And I see that, I think this is why, like, there's an element here of you needing to refine, how you spend your personal time. And not saying that there's anything wrong with it. It just feels like for this next season, for everything that's coming in for you, on top of what you already have going on, um, there needs to be that element of you having, like, you know, time for yourself that's around really, seeing like caring for your brain. Um, yeah, with that temperance card, there's also like finding balance. And so I think that making sure that you're incorporating, a schedule that really helps that work life balance, um, is going to help your shadow, because I think that there are probably going to be a lot of instances where you're going to be triggered by a lot of things. Again, we were picking up on, like, there's going to be chaos around you. I don't know that it's necessarily dealing with you directly, because I wasn't picking that up. Um, I am remembering though, in the beginning there was that, what was it with Clover? Oh yeah, calling someone out or confrontation and needing to have courage. So kind of touching back to that, like, I think that, you know, if you are, you know, like calling someone out on something, and you know, like, that it leads you to a smaller circle, know that that's also divinely guided. I think that you're meant to be working on instances of speaking your truth and really, um like, standing up for yourself and your beliefs in that aspect. That Queen of Pentacles energy is like very solid, very stable. um it's an archetype of a person who, they just have this deep and inner knowing, and it just comes with, it's like that wisdom of, I've lived it, you know, like, it's so much more than just knowing because you've read in books, or you know, you've seen pictures, and you know, like, this feels very much like you're using your life story, um, to again build here, and give something to the collective. This is very big stuff. um yeah, much bigger than I anticipated. So here we are. Who are you? I'm so inspired by you. This is beautiful. It almost feels like you're walking away from so much, that the wheel of fortune underneath that. Come on. It's a good time. It's going to be good times on the horizon. Um I think that you've done so much, and I think that this spans across multiple lifetimes. And so I would go as far as to say, oh my God, I just shuffled just to clear the energy, and we have the Four of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, something here about focusing your energy on home and hearth, um and creating. Yeah, that word. Here's that word again. Building. Like, okay, Bob the Builder. Choose another word. And I'm talking to myself, not you. But I could stand to talk to myself nicer. Um, but yeah, you're doing big stuff. So yeah, I think Spirit really wants you. You're being encouraged to slow down, because, and not to say that you can't do good now, but I think that the better part of your soul's purpose is going to really be highlighted over the next 10 and 20 years. So to finish off your reading, we're going to get, this will be final advice from the Ocean Dreams Oracle deck. Some messages from our ocean spirits. We have Water Priestess. I love this for you. Absolutely love this for you. Where's the guidebook? I mean, I want to say, okay, so already intuitively, gosh, you are definitely so divinely connected. And not to say that anyone is like less divinely connected, but your skills in identifying, that connection are a lot more pronounced, and um it's like a muscle that you use a lot more than the average person. Look at how this divine light just shines right into the crown chakra area and trickles down throughout their body. So I feel like this is definitely a time of an activation for you. It could even be like a higher chakra activation. um it's interesting. I was picking up on like heart energy or heart activation in another one of the groups, but for you, for sure, I'm seeing um that there's a lot. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about the rest of your reading, yeah, a lot happening on that level. And I think even just surrounding yourself with, like less people in terms of like kind of, pruning your close circle is also going to help, because I think that it might even get to the point where you are going to be able to pick up on like other people's thoughts and feelings, um and like maybe even clearly, like having moments of clearly hearing other people's thoughts, and that might get overwhelming. And so yeah, again, I'm not seeing it as like you're shutting yourself off from the collective, completely, but I think that you're just being more cautious of who you're spending your time around, and how long you're spending your time around large groups of people, um, because this feels like a very sensitive time. And I don't see that this is like a shift that's happening. Like you're going to do this now and then the rest of your life is going to be this way. I'm seeing it as like for a season. Um, and I think that there's also, um, hmm, yeah, I'll go from the guidebook now. I can remember the alphabet. Here we go. Returning to the temple, the subconscious, alchemical magic, ceremony, and sovereignty. I embrace the sacred mysteries of life. I trust the powerful wisdom within me. I love, love, love. The water priestess comes to you as a sign that you may be moving through a powerful spiritual renaissance. Yes. Oh my god, I've never read this card before. Like, I've never read the description. I've been, for all of my newer decks, I'm trying to experience them as the pulls come in. Um, so yeah, absolutely love this for you. Okay, so um, yes, a powerful spiritual renaissance. Oh, I love that. Your intuitive senses are providing you with new insights from a much deeper dimension. As the veil of your perception continues to lift, the world is different and so are you. You are expanding more fully into the great mysteries of life. Oh my goodness, that was like basically everything I said. I love that. 10 points for me and my, actually, no, like a million points for me and my intuition on that one. um, let's see. You are being invited to embrace the oracular healing or ritual magic of water to help alleviate this process. Yes. Um, okay, hold on. If you struggle to connect with the flow of your intuition, which I don't think you're struggling, but I think as it gets deeper, that this message becomes important to you. So it says, if you feel that you sometimes keep your deeper psychic sensitivities hidden from others, this card comes as a nourishing sign that it is time to open up. Denying yourself the freedom to express these whispers and calls may cause your inner waters to build up and rise, which can also lead to emotional fatigue. Oh, that's interesting. Eventually, these may burst open like the breaking of a dam. Words, emotions, or feelings will flow to allow the full capacity of your senses to take form. You are being invited to, embrace the oracular healing or ritual magic. To soothe and activate your psychic insights, cultivate a relationship with this sacred element in order to anoint and bless your life. I absolutely love that. And the transmission that comes through with this is, how can I celebrate my inner priestess? Yeah, honestly, like, bestie, I'm seeing you getting really ritualistic in how you approach life. Um, like everything has so much intention. You are dripping with intent and power. It's freaking wild. I absolutely love that for you. We're only at 40 minutes. Like, I feel bad. Actually, I think the second group was around the same time. The first group was like an hour and change. Insane. Um, but I also felt a lot of newbie energy in that group. No diss to newbies. If there's any newbies watching in this pile, you are still valid. Um, or in this group. I told myself I wouldn't say pile because I know like people say pile for pile of cards, but it's just like pile one. Like, yeah, pile one. Like, I don't. Oh my god, I can't curse on YouTube. Anyway, group. Group one felt like there were a lot of newbies, but like group three, this feels like, this feels like my people that are already, we've been in this for a bit. So yeah, definitely big shifts happening in the collective. And again, not to say that you can't do great things now. I think that you're still meant to do very great things from now into this area that I'm seeing, but I'm just hearing it more on the level of like, you're not necessarily avoiding anything. I think that you're hesitating because there's a lot going on, and I think you're having trouble deciding what your worth is because it feels like there are opportunities, but maybe subconsciously you don't feel like you're worth it, and you know what, it's okay. And I hope that you are able to kind of reconcile, that feeling and be able to move through it, because you are worthy. And you know what I'm going to say now. Oh my God, that was like perfect segue. Perfect segue. You are worthy of love. Yep, that's all I got for you. You are loved, you are loved, and you are so worthy of love. So be well, and I will catch you on the next one.